Hey, I'm Empath Rick. Thanks for stopping by for another Empath Rick video. Please hit subscribe, like, and share, and all that good stuff. Today's question is, who do we really believe?
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can then reach you with 1,000 channels or expand one single image to crystal clarity and beyond. We can shape your vision to anything our imagination can conceive. We will control all that you see and hear.
As I always say, I'm not here to tell you what to think or how to think. I just hopefully bring up enough curiosity that you take the time to think. In these times, we are being bombarded with information from everywhere. Mainstream media, the internet, Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Parler, with all different stories. Who do we believe? What I want you to do is take into account everything everybody is telling you, decipher it, and think for yourself. Take, for example, I don't care if you're a Biden supporter or a Trump supporter, but in this current situation that we're in, what's going to happen if it is switched and Trump is president? How are things going to change? What's the media going to do? What's Antifa going to do? What's Black Lives Matter going to do? What's going to happen to our country? On the other hand, if Biden is president, as all the media is trying to tell you, what's going to happen to our country? What's going to happen to your rights? What's going to happen to the Second Amendment? What's going to happen with our relationship with foreign countries? These are all questions you need to answer yourself. Do not rely on the media. Do not rely on mainstream media. Do not rely on Twitter or Facebook or Parler. Make up your own conclusions. Think about it yourself. Think about what you have right now that is going to change with a Biden presidency. They are already talking about locking you down. They are already talking about you having to wear a mask by their rules and their regulations. They are constantly telling you that they are going to make a list of anybody who was a Republican and supported Donald Trump. And they're going to make it harder for you to find a job, to get a loan, to live free and be yourself. These are all things you need to think about yourself and think hard about yourself. Don't discount what the government is headed to doing. The government wants to rule you. They don't want you to rule the government. They want to take away your voice and make it their own. This whole election has been a rigged mess from the beginning. You have to think about it logically. You have to think about it with an open mind. How can there be so many people supporting President Trump, but yet Biden beat Trump by a landslide? Think about it. Think about what happened at 8 p.m. election night when these states decided to shut their voting down and resume after midnight when nobody was there to watch what they were doing. And all of a sudden you wake up the next morning and Biden is president. I want you to go back and look. See what some other people said way before the election. Did you know that some of them were telling you exactly what was going to happen, but nobody listened? Nobody paid attention. What I want you to do is think for yourself with an open mind. I want you to research this yourself. Look at things logically. Do not look at it as a Biden supporter Do not look at it as a Trump supporter. Look at it realistically. That's all we can do. You have a voice, use your voice. My suggestion is not to say that I'm a Republican. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am a Republicrat. I believe in a person's leadership qualities are within themselves, not by what party they are. So I want you to look into this with your open mind. And what I would suggest to anybody out there who's listening, who has any authority, start with the small guy. Who aided in any kind of voter fraud? Who was the one that disrupted mail-in ballots? Who threw away those ballots? Start with those. Start with them people. They are just as guilty as the governors, as the other people who disrupted this whole possibility of corruption. They shall be arrested. They should be imprisoned. Start with them. I'm sure some of them would start talking if you arrested them and said you are in violation and treason of this country by disrupting a legitimate election. Think about it. Think about everything that's going to happen to you from the days forward. Keep an open mind. You have a voice. In conclusion, I would just like to say I find it very appalling that we as a society allow these people to bald-face lie to us, to our faces, and we take it as truth. We allow people who blatantly break the law to get away with it. I am appalled by the way, depending on what party you are, is how you are looked at in society. It seems obvious if you open your mind and think about it logically. If you are on the left and a Democrat, you are free to do whatever you want to do. You are free to lie and say anything you want to say. You are free to threaten anybody you want to threaten. Or if you're on the right, a Republican, you have to sit back, shut your mouth, and listen to what they say, because what they say is truth. Think about it. Who do we really listen to? What is truth? Thanks again for watching. If you like my videos, please click like, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you all again.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control